When your voice started sounding distant and your touch didn't feel the same, I told myself it was just a season, just another kind of pain. I watched you fade in small soft ways. You smiled but your eyes were elsewhere. I kept loving you in the silence. I was still there. You stopped asking how I was, but I kept asking about you. I was still there when you stopped trying, still holding on while you were slowly letting go. I was still there through every doubt and fear. You didn't notice the love I gave, but I was still there. I defended you when they warned me, said love just needs more time. I learned to swallow my own hurt so yours could survive. I stayed loyal to what we were, even when it hurt to breathe. I kept choosing us alone. I was still there. I carried the weight of two hearts while you carried none. I was still there when you stopped trying, still holding on while you were slowly letting go. I was still there through every doubt and fear. You didn't notice the love I gave, but I was still there. Do you know how lonely it feels to stay where you're unseen, to love someone who's already left but hasn't said anything? I would have faced the truth sooner if you hadn't stayed so close. You let me believe we had a chance while you were almost gone. I was still there when your heart wasn't mine, still believing in forever while you were crossing the line. I was still there even when love disappeared. You may have left without a word, but I was still there. Now I'm learning how to walk away and choose myself with care. You may not remember how I loved, but I was still there. I learned your silence like a second language, read between the pauses in your breath. I felt the shift before you said a word, still hoped you wouldn't leave yet. I loved you gently, loved you slowly, even when the ground felt thin. I was breaking every night alone, but I never let the cold in. You were growing distant, building walls. I was still believing in a soul. I stayed soft when loving you got hard. I kept my heart open even when you let yours guard. I didn't turn I could have matched your indifference, learned to love with half a heart. I could have closed myself off and called it being smart, but I chose kindness over armor, chose to feel instead of run. I stayed with all my tenderness while you slowly came undone. You were letting go in pieces, I was still choosing to stay. I stayed soft when loving you got hard. I kept my heart open even when you let yours go. I didn't turn bitter, I didn't learn to hate. I stayed soft even when you walked away. Do you know how brave it is to stay gentle when you're breaking? To love without conditions when your heart is aching. I could have hardened, I could have closed, I could have let the darkness in, but I'd rather lose you honestly than lose the person I've always been. I stay soft through the nights I cried alone. I loved you without defenses, even when you felt like home no more. I didn't protect myself with walls, I didn't numb the pain away. I stayed soft, and that's something you can't take. My bravest part. Stood between you and the world when they said you let me down. I saw the good you tried to hide when nobody else stuck around. Earned every doubt into belief, every warning into faith. I defended every crack in us, like love wasn't fragile, like it couldn't break. I fought for us in rooms you never entered. I stayed when it would have been easier to run. You were the love I defended, even when it cost me everything. I gave you my voice, my trust, my name, while you quietly let go of me. I made excuses for your distance, called it timing, called it pain. You were the love I defended while you were slipping away. I answered questions meant for you, carry the weight you never claimed. I softened every sharp edge of you, so no one would see the blame. I learned to bleed without complaining, learned to smile through the strain. I protected your silence while mine went unheard again. I believed in you more than you believed in us. I stayed loyal while you turned away. You were the love I defended, even when it cost me everything. I gave you my voice, my trust, my name, while you quietly let go of me. I made excuses for your distance, called it timing, called it pain. You were the love I defended your image while you were breaking my heart. You were the love I defended with every breath, every prayer. I held us together with hope and excuses while you weren't even there. Now I'm learning how to let go of the story I tried to say. You were the love I defended and the love that couldn't stay. I won't regret loving deeply, even if it left me scarred. But I'll never again defend you that doesn't defend my heart. I gave you the heart I was saving, the one I swore I'd protect. I handed it over so easily, trusting every word you said. I loved you without conditions, without armor, without delay. I never knew how dangerous it was to love someone that way. I thought love meant being fearless. I didn't know it meant losing myself. You broke the heart I gave away, now with anger, now with blame, but with distance, silence, change. I gave you all of me to stay. You held it gently, then let it fall, like it didn't matter at all. You broke the heart I gave away, and I don't know how to feel the same. I ignored the way you pulled away, called it space, called it time. I made excuses for your absence so I wouldn't lose my mind. I stayed loyal to a memory while you were already gone. I kept loving who you used to be long after the love moved on. I stayed because I believed in us. You left because you didn't. You broke the heart I gave away, now with lies, now with shame. But by slowly walking away, I gave you all of me to stay. I built a home inside your arms. You let me standing in the dark. You broke the heart I gave away, and I'm still picking up the shards. Do you know how fragile it was, the love I placed in your hands? I trusted you with every part of me, and you didn't understand. I would've survived the truth if you'd said it from the start. But you let me fall completely, then shattered my heart. You broke the heart I gave away, the one that loved you every day. I stayed when I should've walked, I hoped when you stopped. Now I'm learning how to heal again, how to breathe, how to stand. You broke the heart I gave away, but I'm taking it back. I won't regret the love I gave, even if it tore me apart. But I'll be careful who I trust with the heart I gave away. changed my tone, I changed my ways, learned to love you carefully. I measured every word I said so you wouldn't pull away from me. I carried all the blame alone, even when it wasn't mine. I kept fixing what you broke, calling it a compromise. I blame my heart for wanting more. I thought love meant losing myself. I tried to be enough for a love I couldn't reach. I gave you every piece of me, still fell short of what you need. I've been till I almost broke just to keep you close. I try to be enough, but enough was never me. I ignored the way you looked away when I needed you the most. I called your absence needing space so I wouldn't feel so alone. I learned to swallow every tear, smile when I felt small. I stayed where I wasn't chosen just so I wouldn't lose it all. I kept believing love was patience even when it felt like pain. I tried to be enough for a love I couldn't reach. I gave you every piece of me, still fell short of what you need. I've been until I almost broke just to keep you close. I try to be enough, but enough was never me. Do you know how heavy it is to feel replaceable in love? To give everything you are and still not rise above. I would've stayed forever if you met me halfway, but I can't keep shrinking just so you stay. I try to be enough until I forgot who I was. I confused endurance with devotion and pain with trust. Now I'm learning how to stand again without needing your approval. I try to be enough, but I was already yours. I didn't fail in loving you, I just loved someone who couldn't see. I try to be enough, and